Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 3533 State versus Alex Neosec. Could I have parties announced for the record? And where is he? Hello. Are you Mr. Neosec? All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Alex Neosec who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 3533 for the offense of assault causing bodily injury to a family member on November 14, 2024 for a period of 2 years? Is that you? State?
Yes, Judge, we're proceeding on 2 violations. Violation number 1, on or about the 8th day of February, 2026, in Guadalupe, Texas, the defendant, Alex Neosec, committed the offense of assault in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Not true.
And proceeding on violation number 20, on or about the 23rd day of January, 2026, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Alex Neosec, defendant there failed to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 20.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Not true.
All right, state. You may
Yeah.
proceed. Call your witnesses.
Yes, Judge. The state calls Marco Vergara.
All right.
Sorry, before we begin, I am not set up with my laptop, and I don't know if we're expecting to do it at the bench, but I would prefer to sit at the council table if I could.
Okay, well, they have other things at the council table. I mean, you're more than welcome to sit your laptop up here.
Um,
Is there room for it up there?
I think they said I could sit there, so if that's okay with the court.
All right, fine. Have a seat. All right, state, you may proceed. Who's your witness?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Vergara.
All right, could you unmute, raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. Any objections to the witness appearing by Zoom, state, defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Vergara, can you please state your name for the record?
My name is Marco Vergara.
Thank you. And what's your current occupation?
I'm a community supervision officer for Bexar County.
And how long have you been employed as a CSO?
I've been employed as a CSO since about late October 2025.
And what agency do you work for?
Can you repeat the question?
What agency do you work for?
I work for Bexar County Adult Probation.
Thank you. And can you just briefly describe your duties as a CSO?
My duties as a CSO, including supervising probationers during their term of deferred education or regular probation, ensuring that they're submitting to UAs, filing paperwork with the court, making sure that they're compliant with the conditions such as bib or no contact orders, and then going over their fees and seeing them every month as well.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Vergara, are you familiar with the defendant in this case, Mr. Alex Neosec?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you assigned as a supervision officer for this defendant?
Yes, ma'am. I took over supervision for Mr. Neosec in about early November 2025.
Okay. And before that, was it another officer, CSO, supervising him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And have you reviewed the defendant's file?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And was the defendant placed on community supervision by this court?
Yes, ma'am. He's placed on deferred adjudication on November 14th, 2024 for 2 years.
2024. And for what offense was he placed on probation for?
He's placed on deferred adjudication for assault.
And are you familiar with the specific conditions imposed on this defendant?
Yes, ma'am. I'm aware of his conditions.
And are those conditions clearly explained to the probationer?
Yes, ma'am. When individuals granted probation, they see intake and then they're read to them their conditions. And then during their initial visit with their assigned CSO, the conditions are reviewed again as well. And then we also review conditions during their office visits that are assigned by the court.
Okay, you previously stated that there was another CSO previously assigned to this officer. So when you were assigned to these officers, do you go over the conditions with the probationer?
I go over their conditions assigned by the court at every visit. So the no harmful injurious contact orders or classes, but the full conditions, from my understanding, are reviewed by the by the initial CSO.
Okay. And is the defendant's responsibility to comply with those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, can you please tell the court what conditions did the defendant violated on the violation report submitted?
Yes, ma'am. On roughly on February 12th, 2026, I was contacted by Shirts Police Department informing me of a new assault charge, and that the victim in the new case was wanting to press charges. And so we went ahead and did the violation report. And then upon reviewing his file again, I noticed that he had failed to submit to UA testing in January. After the January officer visit, he was directed to submit by, I believe, that following Friday on January 23rd, 2026, and we never received a UA submission. So a violation report and a motion to revoke was filed in the court.
Okay, thank you. So are those the only violations that he committed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no, pass the witness.
All right, defense?
Mr. Regatta, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear
All right, good morning. How are you?
you. I'm good. Yourself?
I'm doing well. I recognize your face. I did not know that you had gone to work for the probation department. You used to work in the courthouse, right?
Yes, sir. I used to be a court clerk.
Yes, okay. It's good to see you again. I do have a few questions for you. You told Judge Boyd that Alex had been placed on deferred adjudication in November of 2024. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Were there any previous MTRs filed other than the one that we're currently here for today?
No, sir. Not to my knowledge. I haven't seen any previous MTRs or VRs filed in the past.
Okay. And with regard to the violations, you had mentioned that you had received information or a call that there was an assault allegation out of a different county. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, to be fair, you do not know or have any personal knowledge about any assault allegations regarding Mr. Neosec, correct?
Nothing other than what was reported to me by Shirts Police Department along with the officer's report. I know nothing else, sir.
But per adult probation policy, I assume if you receive that information, are you obligated to go ahead and request that an MTR be filed or start preparing the paperwork for an MTR?
From my understanding, yes, sir. Once we get a notification from another agency or county, and then we get the offense report, we file the VR to MTR.
All right. And in addition to that, I guess when you have an allegation like that, you start to go back and look through chronos and review the history of this particular individual to find out, hey, is there anything else we can add in here? Is that not a standard practice?
Yes, sir. We just review, make sure that, and see, verify if any other conditions have been previously violated, add them onto the MTR. But other than the failing to submit the UA, that was the only other violation that Mr. Neosec had done.
Okay, and outside of the allegation that was made by the Guadalupe County authorities, if you had to give Alex a grade on his probation performance up to that point, what would you give him?
Up to the point of the violation from Guadalupe County, Mr. Neosec had been compliant with probation, and we hadn't had any issues with him reporting or anything, and he had maintained communication.
Okay, Mr. Vergara, I appreciate your time today. That's all the questions I have, Judge.
Any other questions?
Yeah, just to, Your Honor. Officer Vergara,
Yes, ma'am.
so for violation, condition number 20th, that condition, was it in Bear County?
Yes, ma'am. That condition was in Bear County. You're talking about the failure to submit, correct?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And I know it might be a little difficult because you're on Zoom, but do you see the defendant in this courtroom?
Yes, ma'am. I see him on the second table to the right, wearing the polo.
Okay. And can you just briefly describe a clothing, color of clothing?
He's wearing a what looks like a beige colored polo,
Okay.
and he has a
Thank you. Let
watch.
the court, I'm sorry, let the court reflect that the officer has recognized the defendant. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused?
Yes, Judge.
All right, you may be excused. Thank you. State, call your next witness.
Yes, Judge. The state calls Mr. Ernest Acevedo.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
I am Officer Ernest Acevedo.
Any objection to this witness appearing by Zoom? State defense.
Not from the state.
No, Judge.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Acevedo, can you please state your name for the record?
My name is Ernest Acevedo.
And what's your current occupation?
I'm a supervision officer with Bear County Probation.
And how long have you been a supervision officer?
It's a little over 10 years.
Okay. And Mr. Acevedo, are you familiar with the defendant, in this case, Mr. Alex Neosec?
Yes,
And were you initially assigned as a supervision officer for this defendant?
yes.
When was that?
When he was granted in November 2024,
Okay.
up until September 2025 was the last time I saw him.
Okay. And for how long was he placed on probation for?
2 years.
Okay. And did you go over the conditions with the defendant?
Yes,
And did he acknowledge that he has to comply with those conditions imposed by the court?
yes,
Did he sign a form stating that he understood those conditions?
yes. He signed those conditions at intake.
And what's the date on that he signed those conditions?
He signed those November 15th, 2024.
And on what date did yourself went over the conditions with him?
I met with him for the first time December 17th, 2024, which is when I reviewed the conditions with him.
And does that include condition number 1?
Yes.
And can you please just read condition number 1?
Neither commit nor be convicted of any new offenses against the laws of the state of Texas or any other state of the United States of America.
Okay. And to your knowledge, does he have a report, violation report submitted?
To my knowledge, yes, the report was submitted.
And for what offense?
What are the allegations on the MTR, are you asking?
Yes, sir.
Number 1 and 20.
Can you please go over violation number 1?
Oh shit, I don't have the. On or about the 8th day of February 2026 in Guadalupe County, the defendant Alex Neosec committed the offense of assault.
Okay, thank you. I pass the witness.
Defense.
Mr. Acevedo, good morning.
Hi.
How much time did you supervise Alex? You know?
supervised him from December 2024 to last time I saw him was in September. I'm sorry, September 2024 to September 2025.
And then Mr. Vergara assumed responsibility for him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So almost a year that you were working with him?
Right.
In that year, did you ever submit any violation reports to the court?
No, sir.
To your knowledge, did Alex ever give you any issues or any problems?
No, sir.
Would you consider or describe Alex as a good or model probationer?
He was doing well when I was seeing him.
All right, I appreciate your time. That's all the questions I have.
All right, any
Thank
further
you.
questions?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused?
Yes.
Yes, Judge.
All right, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Call your next witness.
Oh, yes, the state calls Miss Olivia Weiss.
Hello. Good morning. If you raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. Please keep your voice up so that everyone can hear.
Olivia Weiss.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Miss Weiss. How are you doing today? Is it okay if I call you Olivia?
Yeah.
Olivia, where do you currently live?
I'm in shirts.
Okay. And do you know the defendant?
Yes.
What's his name?
Alex Neosec.
Okay. And how do you know him?
He used to be my partner and he is my daughter's father.
Okay.
Judge, may I interrupt?
Yes.
Is there any reason she's not in the witness stand?
Do you want her in the
I
witness
would
stand?
prefer it. It's very
All
difficult.
right, if you could take the witness stand and please keep your voice up.
Thanks.
All right, make sure you keep your voice up so everyone can hear. All right, state you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Okay. I believe the last question I asked you was, how do you know the defendant?
He used to be my partner and he is my daughter's father.
Okay. So are you currently or not currently in a relationship with him?
No, there's no relationship.
When was the last time you talked to him?
Beginning maybe like the second week of February.
Of this year?
Yes.
Okay. And Olivia, did you know the defendant on February 8th, 2026?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you in a relationship with the defendant at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were you living together?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And can you explain to the court what were you doing on February 8th, 2026?
We were at a birthday party for one of his coworkers. We were at her apartment celebrating, then we went to a bar, and then we went home.
Okay. And what happened when you got home?
We got into an altercation after we started to settle in for bed. And he punched me in my face and he punched me in my nose.
Okay. So, and let me just go back. You mentioned earlier that you all went to a bar, right? Were you all drinking?
Yes, ma'am.
And what were you drinking?
I had some seltzers, White Claws. And I think like some of a mixed drink, but I didn't even finish it.
Okay.
That was all.
What about the defendant?
With liquor mixed drinks and White Claws as well.
Okay. And at what time did you all leave the bar?
We didn't end up probably almost 3. So we got home, or I'm sorry, maybe more like about 2:30, 45-ish, because we didn't get home until a little bit after 3 o'clock. We only lived like 20 minutes from the bar.
Okay, so that was on Saturday, right? When you all went to the bar?
Yes, it was
And
technically
then
Saturday
late-
night falling into the Sunday. morning,
Okay.
yes.
So you got home around 3 a.m. Okay. And what was the altercation about?
Sorry, I just feel like, a little explicit. I was starting to fall asleep and I didn't want to have sex.
Okay. And what happened after you informed him that you did not want to have sex?
Said something pretty explicit, it was respectful.
Okay.
So of course I was upset by that as well. And then it started to rise into the argument that it became.
Okay. So you never had sexual contact with him?
Not that night, no.
Okay. And what happened next, Ms. Olivia? Take your time. Okay.
When he punched me on my right cheek, I was turning to get up out of bed. He grabbed the back of my shirt and it ripped down its side. Now, of course, I have no shirt on. And I tossed my shirt, he tore my shirt off of me. He's now calling me names because of my shirt being ripped off of me. I'm upset. So you ripped my shirt, you punched me in my face, and then he punches me in my face. And there's blood all over my bedroom, all over me, all over the shirt that was torn.
How many times did he punch you?
That night, twice.
And where exactly did he punch you?
On my right cheek.
On both times?
This was once. And then my nose as well.
And what did you do after he hit you?
I said you broke my nose.
Okay.
Look what you did to me. He said, you did that to yourself, quit playing victim. And that repeated back and forth, and then I locked myself in the bathroom.
And what did you feel when he punched you?
Physically, or
Yes, ma'am.
extreme pain. Felt like my face exploded. My gums here were all bruised as well, so my mouth was hurting. All of my face here was hurting. In between my eyes was hurting. I could barely even gently rub near my eyebrows without it hurting. My whole face hurt.
Okay. And you said you mentioned earlier that you went to the restroom.
Yes.
What was he doing when you went to the restroom?
He left.
He left the house?
Yep.
Okay. Did he come back?
No.
Okay. So when you were at the restroom, what did you do?
I was begging for him to bring me ice because my face hurt so bad. And I just sat on the floor crying, looking at my face.
Okay. Okay. So you mentioned earlier that he left. So when you were in the restroom, he was still there?
Momentarily, and
Okay.
then he ended up leaving.
Okay.
He thought me asking for help was from him, was me on the phone with somebody else.
Okay.
Which I was not.
How long were you in the restroom for?
And I don't know, maybe 10 minutes.
And what did you do when you were in the restroom?
I took pictures of my face and I just sat there and cried.
Was anyone else present at the home when this happened?
Not at the time of it happening, no. My dad later arrived to take me to the hospital where I got a CT scan.
Okay. Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
Showing you what has been pre-marked as state exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this, Miss Olivia?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is this?
It's a picture of my face covered in blood from my nose.
Okay, and when exactly did you take the picture?
Minutes after we punched me.
And this photo is fairly inaccurate depict what happened to you that night.
Yes, ma'am.
Tendering defense for any objections.
No objections, Judge.
All right, and you're offering to admit what's the number?
State exhibit number 1.
All right, State's Exhibit number 1 is admitted without objection.
Yes. Okay, so what did you do after you were in the restroom? You mentioned that you called your dad, and what happened next?
I had the CT scan done at Northeast Methodist Hospital. They also admitted that my right cheek was swollen and bruised, my gums were bruised, I had a scratch on my upper lip, and that my left nasal bone was fractured.
Okay, and at what time did you arrive to the hospital that night?
5 a.m. I didn't leave till like the sun was up by the time that we had left.
Okay, and were there any cameras recording at your house or anything?
The baby monitor that we do have was not recording because I did not have an SD card in that camera in my bed.
Okay. Okay, did at any point did you call the officers, police officers?
While I was at the hospital, I report with the shirts police department. Yes.
And did the officers get there?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it the police report made on the hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you return to your house after the incident?
Not until the Monday. After the hospital, I went to my parents' house.
After a hospital, okay. Did you have any contact with the defendant afterwards?
Briefly.
What about?
Just him coming home. I told him it wasn't a good idea because I filed a police report and a protective order, and I was worried of his reaction or retaliation. I didn't want him to know that I did that yet.
Mhm.
So I was waiting until that went into effect.
Okay.
So it was just honestly kind of stalling. He wanted to try to come grab his things or see our daughter, but I did not feel safe for that.
Okay.
So I said I didn't feel good. It wasn't a good idea, etc.
Did he respect your decision?
To an extent. After a while, he started to be. He started to show more aggravation that I would not answer the phone, or that I was acting different, or let him over. But I changed the locks, so that made me feel a little bit better.
And when did you end the relationship with him?
The second he broke my nose.
Okay. Okay. Mhm. And where did this incident happen?
At my home in Shirts,
Okay. What county is that?
Guadalupe County.
Guadalupe County. Okay. Do you currently live there still?
I am
Okay. And Miss Olivia, how are you feeling emotionally after all this happened?
terrible. It's my daughter's father. No one wants to be put in this position by their partner, but no one also wants to see their partner in that position either. But I have to stick up for myself, for my daughter. So I've been upset, but I feel really confident that I am hopefully displaying what my daughter should and should not tolerate one day.
Thank you for that, Ms. Weiss. I pass the witness.
Defense?
Ms. Wise, good morning. You and I have actually never met or had an opportunity to discuss any of the events of that February morning, correct?
No, we've not met this week.
Okay. Now, you have talked to a lot of different people about the events of that day, correct?
When you say a lot of different people,
Well, you talked to a police officer on a phone call. Do you remember that?
yes,
Did
well,
you?
I spoke, when I made my report, I was at the hospital.
Right. But before the police officer that you spoke to at the hospital came and saw you, do you recall having a phone conversation with a police officer who then came and saw you?
I thought I was just speaking with dispatch, so I was making a report. The person I spoke with was a woman, and then the officer showed up was a male.
Okay. All right. At some point though, while you were in the hospital, you do recall a police officer coming to talk to you,
Yes,
and your dad was there,
yes,
and you and your dad had a conversation with this police officer about the events and details of the last 3 to 5 hours. Does that sound about right?
yes,
You also spoke to your father, correct?
yes.
And I don't know who else you may have talked to, but you've spoken to at least 3 or 4 or maybe 5 different representatives from the district attorney's office. Is that correct?
Yes,
You've also spoken to a prosecutor that works in Guadalupe County. Her name is Brianna Vela.
yes, sir.
All right. And so the reason I'm asking you about this is it seems like you have a pretty vivid recollection of the events and the details of that night, and you kind of regurgitated the story to about 10 different people. Does that sound fair?
Yes, sir.
One thing that I found interesting was in your testimony, you said you were talking about these cameras, and you said, unfortunately, that there was no recording of the incident because there wasn't an SD card in that tube. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that is that a detail or something you told these prosecutors?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
That SD card has not had, that camera has not had an SD card in it since January 1st because it broke when I was trying to keep the camera.
So you're certain that when you sat down with Miss Jones and whoever else, that the SD card came up because the recordings came up and you told them there would have been a recording, but there was no SD card.
If we are mentioning on possibly hearing audio, because we have multiple cameras since he broke the other one that I was able to use too, an SD card would not fit into the broken camera. I could not have an SD card in there.
Okay. But you do recall telling all the prosecutors and interns and whoever else that was there, the only reason there's not a recording is because there wasn't an SD card.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm confused by the question.
Well,
I said there's a possibility I was able to receive the video and then I realized there's no SD card. It overlaps. If there's nothing in there, I can't forward the video.
do you recall telling the prosecutors that you met with that you had an audio recording of the incident?
I said there's a possibility.
Okay.
And I realized that possibility was not possible. I was not able to receive that.
Okay, Ms. Wise, let's kind of circle back to all the people that you've talked to. Now, would you agree with me? Here we are in court. Alex's livelihood, freedom, it's on the line, right? You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And the information that you're providing is going to be critical for the court to consider in deciding what to believe and what to do. You understand that as well.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just wondering, is there anything about that night that you just completely left out of your narrative and never told anybody?
No, nothing that would make any difference. He broke my nose.
Okay,
There's no changing.
okay,
I'm not leaving out or lying.
okay. You're kind of answering a different question, but I'm asking you, are there any details about that night that for some reason you just have chose not to tell anybody?
Anything other than explicit words that would just be inappropriate to repeat, words by him that I would not feel comfortable repeating in a public courtroom, sir.
All right, so then let me ask you this question. After the incident, as you described it here today, Alex left the apartment, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And was gone, right? He did not come back, did he?
No,
Do you know where he went?
he went to my mom's house.
Okay, how do you know that?
I tried to get my house key from him and I have his location.
Okay, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. You never told anybody, that once Alex left the house, and you were in an inebriated state. Can we agree on that?
I was able to drive.
Okay, but do you remember telling the prosecutors and the police that you were drunk? You had a lot to drink?
I didn't say that I had a lot to drink. I had been drinking that night.
Okay, we can leave it at that. But the second Alex left the house, the first thing you did was get in your car and go pursue Alex.
That was not the first thing that I did. I sat on my floor for about 10-15 minutes, took a picture, cried, realized he had left. The reason why I had not mentioned it is because I didn't think it was relevant that I tried to get my house key. Because what was relevant is that he broke my nose. There was nothing wrong with me trying to receive my house key from him.
Well, the incident happens around 3 a.m., correct?
It was about 3:38 when I took the photo of my nose broken, and that was shortly after he.
And the reporting from the hospital and the contact with police is until sometime around 7:30, 7:30, is that correct?
No, it was around 5-ish a.m. My parents had my daughter, they took her to try to get her workman's while they were asleep.
Okay, you know that they recorded all of this and the timestamps are there.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
you're telling me it was at 5 a.m.?
5-ish. And remember, when I saw my call log, it was 5-something when I tried to first reach out to my parents.
Okay. After you left your house, did you confront Alex at a QT gas station?
I didn't confront him. I stopped because I saw his truck was stopped. I asked, what is he doing? Just punched me in my nose. Where are you going? I need my house key. I didn't want him to come back to my home.
So Alex, who left your home, you felt compelled to go after and confront, talk, whatever it is. Did did he have your key?
Yes, he had my house key. I did not want him to be able to enter the home again.
And so there is a very heated conversation in that QT parking lot. Would you agree with that?
But I don't know how to explain heated.
And,
My
and,
face was still covered in blood. Yeah, there was a little tension.
and in that conversation, did Alex tell you, I'm going to my mother's, go home? Go home.
I don't recall.
You don't recall that?
No,
Do you recall Alex leaving the QT and driving in the direction of his mother's?
yes.
Did it become apparent to you, looks like he's going to his mother's?
He could be going anywhere towards that way because we were the further ones out. Everybody he knows goes towards that way.
But as it turns out, he went to his mother's.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you followed the whole way.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alex's mother knew you were coming, didn't she?
Well, I'm assuming so. She had a call from him or something. We
Well,
had separate cars.
Was she communicating with you prior to your arrival, saying, Olivia, please don't come over here. Please just turn around and go home.
It wasn't that polite, but yeah.
Okay. It could have been more forceful, but long before you got there, his mother was telling you, trying to diffuse the situation, please just go home.
That's not, I wouldn't call it confusing, but she had told me to, I can't remember word for word, but she had messaged me, yes, about me being there, about me coming. I wanted my key back.
Do you remember telling her in the text conversation, you guys were arguing about what happened? Do you remember that?
I'm not sure what text you're referring to. I don't have anything to look at.
May I approach, Judge?
Yes.
The D.
Sorry.
You just add the D.
That's why I'm going to show you what is marked for identification as defense exhibit. Don't you don't have to tell me what it is. Do you recognize it?
Yes, it is a text message between, I'm assuming his mom. It just shows my contact ID at the top.
Okay. Do you recognize that to be part of the conversation you were having with his mother when you were driving over to her house?
Briefly, I mean, I was driving, so like, was looking for a quickly scan
But you do recognize defendants one to be the texting conversation you're having with Alex's mother.
it. Do I recognize this conversation?
Yes.
Again, briefly, yes, I just got my number and I was driving, looking for the window.
And so in the conversation, do you agree with me? She is telling you, trying to get away from you, do not come over.
Yeah, that looks like that's what she said.
Do you also acknowledge that in this conversation, you're telling her that you have cameras?
Yes, and then I realized later that I was not able to receive that.
Okay.
I have cameras all over the place that captured the previous assaults as well, so
Okay.
I'm confused where this changes that he broke the news, sir.
Okay, I know you want to keep saying that, and that's fine, but
That's
I
the,
want to talk to you about this stuff for now, okay?
okay.
Did it stop you from going over there? It didn't stop you, did it?
No, because I arrived and I wanted my house key.
Okay. And I guess his mother met you in the parking lot and the two of you, I guess, had your own words. But eventually you left and went back home.
Yes.
Any other questions?
I do, Judge. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find this.
All right, everyone, with the exception of what I'm hearing now, you all will be back here at 1:30. The number one person up for trial first is Michael Balderas. So you need to call your attorney and let them know that they need to be here because you're number one for trial. And then everyone else will follow thereafter.
I'm sorry. Just kind of the ending line of thought here. So you leaving your house, like your immediate thought or action wasn't, I need to call the police right now. You didn't do that, did you?
No, I took a picture so I could later call the police. I needed to get my key to ensure that he would not come back.
Okay.
That was my first thought, was what's going to happen when my daughter comes here in the morning? What if he comes back? I need my key.
Okay, so to be clear, you did not call the police.
Not till I was at the hospital shortly after that, no.
And you didn't call your dad either.
Did not get a hold of them. I waited until I finally got back home, and it wasn't so much later because I didn't even know how I was getting home. I didn't put in the address. I don't know outside of San Antonio. And I realized it took me some way different way. I don't know where. And then I finally realized I'm far.
So your immediate line of thought was, I need to go chase Alex down.
I'm gonna object to ask and answer. Your Honor.
That'll be overruled. Just one moment, Ms. Hedlund. I have your paperwork. You can appear by Zoom. But well, I mean, your client can be here, but you can be by Zoom or either appear. All right, thank you. All right, ask your question, counsel.
your immediate line of thought was, I need to go chase Alex.
No, that was. Was taking a photo, and I was not chasing him. I was trying to receive my house key.
But, all right, but that's what you did.
That's,
You went after Alex.
I didn't go after him.
Okay, you went after your key that was with Alex. I don't know how to ask this.
It's, I mean. it's-
You were trying to go where Alex was instead of trying to get away from him.
My
Objection,
purse.
relevance.
All right, so this is what I need all parties to do. Number one, Cindy can only take down one person at a time. So wait till the question is asked, the complete question, then you can answer. And then wait for the answer. So what is your question?
Let's get past the QT. Okay. After leaving the QT, did you begin to follow Alex again?
Yes,
Objection, asked and answer.
All right, that'll be overruled.
And you followed Alex to his mother's home. Correct?
yes,
And he got into it with his mother, correct?
yeah, if that's how you want to put it.
And then you finally came back to your apartment. However long that took.
I was at my home and called my parents, yes.
Okay. And so do you recall in the aftermath of all that, texting Alex? Now you haven't called the police, you haven't gone to the hospital, you just got home and now you're texting Alex, making fun of him about getting his mother involved. Do you recall that?
Objection, relevance.
All right, that will be sustained.
Do you recall with regard to Alex's mother threatening her about her grandchild?
Objection, relevance.
What's the relevancy?
Well, Judge, it is relevant because I'm trying to lay the foundation for a pattern where she's told the court there was an assault that has occurred and a massive gap in time goes by, and she doesn't call the police or the hospital, and now she's threatening the grandmother about their grandchild, and I'm trying to, it goes to her credibility, Judge. It goes to her credibility.
All right, you can ask the question.
Do you recall telling Alex's mother, you're not going to see your grandchild?
I'm sure I said that, absolutely, because the family makes me feel unsafe. I'm not going to bring my daughter around anybody like that.
And this was, you hadn't called the police yet. You hadn't
I
gone to
was
the-
not at the hospital yet. This was-
All right, so, but this is your state of mind at the time where,
I still had blood on my face, sir. I was still trying to take care of my nose.
why didn't you go to the hospital?
I'm not a doctor. I didn't know right away that my nose was broken until I wiped my face off.
Miss
And
Watt,
I can see all of the bruising. It was a little bit emotional and overwhelming to be punched in the face twice by your partner, so it takes a second for me to think, what can I do other than try to receive my key, keep me and my daughter safe, let me go to the hospital and get a CT scan, and bring my family with me. I hesitated. My dad had to work. He helps provide for me. I knew my dad had to work. I knew they were going to absolutely despise Alex.
Get up.
Once I told them, I hesitated.
objection, please,
I'm,
non-responsive.
That'll be overruled. You can continue to answer.
forgive me, but you keep asking me these questions. I don't give you an
Excuse me,
explanation. I apologize.
Let me just explain something. Do not address anything to the attorneys. Just listen to the question and ask the question, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
And when either attorney makes an objection, just stop speaking. I'll make a ruling. If you don't understand what my ruling means, does it mean I can continue to answer or not? You can just ask me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can continue with your answer.
Thank you. What am I supposed to be answering? I'm sorry, what's the question?
Here's the question, did you hit Alex that night?
No, sir.
Never?
No, sir.
With regard to what you described as instigating the assault, I think it was around sex. Is that fair to say?
So you're asking what was the question, or I'm sorry, the reasoning of swirl?
Yes, it was, you guys were home from the bar. I think you said that Alex wanted sex and you didn't, and that's what upset them. Do I understand that correctly?
Yes, sir.
Sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. While you were out at the bar, do you remember being at the bar?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you remember communicating with Alex via text message that you were, for lack of a better way of putting it, very, very aroused, very, very horny? Do you remember telling him that?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Oh, Judge.
What is the objection?
Relevance, Your Honor. We already talked about that and he's,
All right, so we're going to go off the record for a moment. Your objection.
relevance, Your Honor.
What's the relevancy?
Your Honor, he's, sorry.
No.
You're asking me.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The relevance is, again, this is going to her credibility. I would like to question her regarding some messages I have that suggests that she was actually the one instigating the
All right, then
sexual
the-
contact.
The objection is going to be sustained, but get to your text messages.
Can I approach the witness?
Yes.
Why send you when you with remarks and exhibit 2 or application? And you to read it to yourself, please. You do not have to read it out my word.
You're referring to this?
I want you to read it.
No, I know.
Are those text messages between you and Alex?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me what time this message was sent?
11:42 a.m.
You remember, were you still at the bar or were you already at home?
I was bar or booked my message, or sent my message 2 hours prior to when I did my notes.
And what were you texting Alex while at the bar?
I don't feel comfortable publicly repeating that. As you
I-
stated, aroused.
Your Honor, I can offer it if they allow it, so the court can read it. It is embarrassing. I'm not trying to embarrass her, but I think it's important.
I'm objecting, Your Honor, to this picture, to this.
I'll
Let me see.
it's a new way of doing it, Judge, but there's defendants too. I don't think I need to draw your attention to the message on the.
It's text.
All right, with regards to the defense exhibit number 2, from reviewing this, are there alleged to be any responses from the defendant in this exchange? Because I can't tell from,
State hasn't seen it, Your Honor.
There actually aren't. This is just this is her just firing at him, for lack of a better way of putting it. Those are just all her texting him.
Your Honor, we're gonna object to hearsay on this.
Well, Judge, they've already agreed. It's
In 412, Your Honor.
I've already offered it.
all right, so here's the thing. Number 1, lay the foundation for defense exhibit number 2, then offer it, then I'll make a decision on whether or not it should be admitted. Now, what I can tell you, I can understand certain things may cause embarrassment, but both parties agreed that this would appear by Zoom because the state had witnesses that they wanted to have by Zoom. So the questions that he's asking, if you don't want to answer what's in the text message, what's going to end up happening is the court is going to accept that exhibit into evidence. And counsel, you'll need to lay the foundation before I accept that those are her text messages if they're alleged to be your client. You know, each one that's in there. And then once that's laid, if she doesn't feel comfortable answering his questions, and counsel, if you want, I'll instruct her to answer the questions. Otherwise, I will take into evidence defense exhibit number 2 once the foundation is properly laid. So however you wish to proceed,
I
defense.
believe she has already testified that these are her text messages to Alex from that night, but I'll ask her
Yes, not to each one.
not to.
Yes, she hasn't testified that each one of those text messages. So what the court would need, if there's no objection to the court saying this, every text message that's in defense exhibit number 2 needs to be identified as coming from the witness. And whomever those text messages were sent to, that needs to be established as well for the court.
Regard to defense exhibit number 2. Are these text messages sent to Alex? Are these text messages sent the night of the incident preceding February 8th? They actually begin on February 7th. They continue into the morning hours of February 8th.
Excuse me, are you asking the date? Yes, sir, it says February 7th, it says February 8th.
And so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different messages that appear in the exhibit. These are all text messages sent by you to Alex, correct?
There's so long, I said.
And text messages begin, at least this exhibit, February the 7th, approximately 11:30 p.m. The last one having been sent that Sunday, February 9th at 4 a.m. I'm sorry, Saturday, February 7th to Sunday.
These messages, we were currently together, because I couldn't find his art, because he got tied into, Probation. So I was looking for him, I wasn't just firing.
Okay, but these are messages all sent by you, all sent to them.
Yes, sir.
Judge, with regard to the question I want to ask, I'm sorry, I think you addressed it. You just want me to ask her about the content.
Yes, and if she doesn't want to answer, I can instruct her to answer the question, or if you just want to proceed with offering defense exhibit number 2 into evidence, however you wish to proceed.
Your Honor, the state objects to that hearsay in 412.
Well, no. My question is, how do you wish to proceed?
I'll ask her.
All right. All right, at this time, the court is taking its recess. Y'all need to be back here at 1:30. Thank you. All right, we're still on the record in 2024 CR 3533, State versus Alex Neosec. Still on the oath. And defense is still your witness.
Thank you, Judge. Oh, okay. I thought she was asking me to wait.
It's your witness.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Wise, in the aftermath of the incident, so since the day of the incident, you have not seen Alex, correct?
Except that on Friday, he got some of his belongings. I've not seen him.
Okay. There's really not been any communication, any contact or anything like that. And this was in February the 8th, correct?
Since
Okay. In the immediate aftermath of the incident, for about a week to 10 days, do you recall texting Alex? Yeah, for about a week to 10 days, in the immediate aftermath of February 8th, do you recall texting Alex?
Yes, sir.
And for about a week to 10 days, would you agree with me that it was a one-way texting conversation? You kept texting Alex over and over and over, and Alex just didn't respond.
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
Okay. You continued to text Alex. Okay. I want to talk to you about April the 7th. That is a day that you had come down to the DA's office to visit with them about the incident and also to visit with them about some of the details you're providing. Do you remember that day? Yes.
Yes.
Do you remember who you met with?
So, Sarah, there's somebody else spoken with, that was a part of your team. There's 3 women.
Okay, do you remember how many people were there?
3 women.
Okay. And the purpose of that visit was to go over the incident with you, correct?
Yes.
And they also were asking you questions, maybe seeking information they didn't already have or details they didn't already know about, and they were asking you. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Now, we've already talked about the SD card. I believe that you testified that you remember the SD card coming up in that conversation, and you were quite clear with them. The only reason there's not a video recording was because there was no SD card.
Objection as an answer.
Sustained.
Okay. Do you recall there being a discussion about the SD card?
Objection as an answer.
Overruled.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can answer.
I said that there was a possibility that I would might be interested in a tree or something, but I'm so long with that camera and the SD card specifically in that bedroom camera, there has not been one since January 1st, as I had stated previously.
All right. With regard to any potential audio recordings, do you recall that discussion happening?
With SD cards only carrying so much storage, trying to go back months prior, it's it overwrites itself.
Okay. And I want to be very, very specific. And my very, very specific question is this, Ms. Wise. Did you tell the prosecutors and the advocate on April the 7th, when you were meeting with them about the details of this incident, that you had an audio recording of the incident?
Objection as an answer.
That'll be overruled.
To say yes, it was a possibility. I will check it. I was not able to check it, so.
Okay, so your memory is you told the prosecutors you might have an audio recording.
Yes,
Okay. With regard to these videos that we're talking about, how many cameras were in your apartment that could have recorded or gathered audio or visual information?
well, I would be able to review it going back. It would be the regular back. The first, the camera in our bedroom, you cannot pull up any previous storage on that one. You have to look at it from a live view of the baby monitor.
Okay. There are 2 cameras in your apartment, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the cameras are linked to an app, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the only person that had the app or access to the app is you.
Yes, sir.
And so, sort of like a Ring camera. Now, these are not Ring cameras, but sort of like a Ring camera. They send videos to your phone, correct?
If I try to like review it, nothing gets sent to me. I can pull back up though.
Right.
After so much time though, you cannot. It's the SD card is the limited space.
Understood. And the person that has complete control and access to all of the content, audio or video, is you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Alex didn't have any control of any of that, did he?
No, he never asked for the loan.
Okay, Your Honor, for now, that's all the questions I have. I'll pass the witness.
Just a few more questions, Your Honor. Ms. White, why are we here today?
Alex punched me in the face and that was a violation of his building.
Okay, can you identify, is the defendant here present in this courtroom today?
This is,
Can you please point him out by clothing?
he's wearing a striped, collar polo at the table, that's position.
Okay, thank you. Let the record reflect that the complainant has recognized the defendant. Ms. Weiss, do you still fear the defendant? And why is it important to you that the court or the defendant is held accountable for what he did?
Judge, I'm gonna object. This is not relevant.
Sustained.
Okay. No more further questions, Your Honor.
Any further
No,
questions?
no additional questions, Judge.
Is this witness excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, I would say for now, if we could keep her around, Judge, I might have to recall her. I'm
All right,
sorry.
if you'll keep the witness available today for recall. State, call your next witness.
With the state rests, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, Judge. Judge, can we approach briefly?
Yes.
So, after hearing some of the direct testimony, I would need to be calling her as a witness. Brief conversation about that. My understanding is that her advocate, Sarah, was also there, and she informed me that I could utilize her if I needed to call her.
Who do you want to call?
It honestly does not matter to me.
No, I mean,
The advocate,
whoever you want to call.
You have to go to the proper channels of opinion.
This is a rebuttal witness, Judge.
No, who do you want to call?
Sarah.
Who is the Sarah person?
Yeah, okay.
All right, can you have Sarah come down?
Well, Judge, I was here wanting that she be made available to me as well.
Proper channels still to be followed. Your Honor, he needs to subpoena Sarah if he wants her down in court.
All right, did y'all tell him that she would be available?
Yes.
Not a party to that
All right.
conversation.
Have Sarah come down to court. And if somebody from the appellate section wants to file a motion that she should not be allowed to testify, then y'all can do that. But tell Sarah she needs to come down.
I'm texting right now.
All right, thank you. Anyone else you want to call other than Sarah? Did you want to call Ms. Jones as well?
I don't believe that I will have to, Judge, so no.
And where's Ms. Jones?
I believe she's upstairs too.
Have Ms. Jones come down as well.
Yes, Your Honor, texting them both.
Then, defense, you're offering the stipulated evidence that is defense exhibit number 3
Yes, ma'am.
and no objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. If you could give that to the court reporter, I've read it.
Yes, ma'am.
Then defense exhibit 3 will be admitted into evidence and you all may take your seats. Mr. Toshi, call your next witness.
Judge, I'd like for Mr. Neosec to take the stand.
All right, if you'll take the witness. All right, if you can raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. All right, you can lower your hand. Please keep your voice up so that I can hear and everyone else can. State your name for the record. All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you very much. Alex, can you spell your last name for the record, please?
Miossec.
Okay. All right, Alex, let's just kind of cut right into this thing. Obviously, we've been here for a while and we've already heard from Ms. Wise. I want to just go right to the day, February the 8th. Do you recall that day?
Sure.
And do me a favor, Alex, can you speak a little bit louder? I'm having a little hard time hearing you. Okay. Just to give a little bit of background, where did that night begin? Where were you and who were you with?
We were at a coworker of mine's birthday party celebration. It was at their apartment complex.
All right. How many people were you with?
Probably 50 or more at one point.
All right. Towards the end of the night, did the group of 50 kind of whittle down into a smaller group?
Yes, from there, it's probably like 5 or 6 of us, maybe.
Okay. And were you with Olivia Wise?
Yes.
All right. That night, let's kind of pick up from about midnight on. Where were you?
We were at Camp 1604 in Kung Fu, kind of popping around. There are 2 bars that are right next to each other.
Okay. In your estimation, kind of what was the mood of the group that was there, including yourself?
Yeah, it was good. Everything was going good for the most part. Say Olivia was at one point she was a little cranky about not being able to find me because I was socializing. I kind of got over that, and then she kind of turned into the mood of, she was kind of in the mood of having sex and stuff later on.
Okay, well we'll get to that here in a second. Had Olivia been drinking?
Yes.
Okay, a little or a lot?
I guess I would say a fair amount.
Okay,
I wasn't counting.
sure. She wasn't like fall down drunk, but did she have a good buzz to your?
She was pretty intoxicated.
Objection, Your Honor, speculation.
All right, that'll be sustained as to speculation, if you can lay the foundation.
Well, I mean, how many drinks would you say she had?
We had been there for hours, so say about 3-4 hours.
Objection,
worth of drinking.
speculation.
Overruled.
Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, I'd say about 3 or 4 hours worth of drinking from where we were before to when we ended up at the bar.
All right. Now you mentioned, and this has come up and you've been watching, did Olivia want to have relations with you that night? Did she want to have intercourse?
Objection, hearsay.
Of course.
All right, so here's the thing, when objections are raised, you need to stop talking so I can rule on them. Ask your question, please.
Did Olivia wish to have intercourse that night?
Yes.
Objection, here.
Sustained.
Judge, I'm not asking for a hearsay response.
The objection is sustained.
Okay. Without telling me anything Olivia may have said, what gave you the impression she wanted to have sex?
She texted.
Objection, speculation.
With regard to speculation, that'll be overruled.
Okay. And she's already told us about the text message. Was her behavior consistent with what she was texting you?
Yes and no. She was going back and forth between being a little kind of wanting to have an altercation, but then she would go back to being back in the mood.
Okay. What time was it that you guys left the bar you were at?
I would say closing time.
And when I say you guys, I mean you and Olivia. You were there together, correct?
Yes, sir.
When you, what time do you think it was when you got home?
3-ish, I would say. It's a good 45-minute drive home.
Okay. Olivia doesn't live in Bear County?
No.
Okay. Let's kind of pick up there. Now you're home. You guys have been out at a bar. What kind of transpired once we're home and settling in?
Well, I was already getting ready for bed. I was already laying down in bed. And I was kind of on my phone when we first did get there, though. She was obviously in the mood. So she was kind of grinding on me, telling me what she wanted to do. I was laying down in bed, I was on my phone. That caused her a little bit of frustration. Because her words were, you care more about your friends than, me trying to sleep with you right now.
Okay. So when you got home, Olivia was interested in sex. Were you?
Yeah, wasn't against it.
Okay. And where were you? Like, where was this taking place?
I was laying down in bed on my side of the bed.
What were you wearing?
I think I was just in my boxers, honestly.
Okay. Do you recall what Olivia was wearing?
One piece.
One,
Got like a one piece, like not lingerie, but just like a one piece.
okay,
button up.
okay. And so let's talk about this critical part. Like, how did we go from that to this incident? Like, what did Olivia? What do you recall Olivia doing?
Well, she was frustrated because I wasn't really paying attention to her. So she got up, went to go get water. She was about at the end of the hallway. I was laying in bed. She just started arguing with me, and words were exchanged between both of us. And she just kind of kept trying to bring up what she wanted to fight about originally, which was pointless. So, and that I did yell back at her that, you know, you'd be a lot cooler if you would just quit your bitching. Like, you know, how about you know, shut up. And I
Okay,
did say that, yes.
okay. Well, I wasn't asking you about anything you said.
Yeah.
Did you ever leave the bed?
No.
All right. So the two of you came together by her coming towards you, is that correct?
Yeah, she jumped on the bed.
All right. Was she on the bed or was she on you? Like, kind of, how was she physically positioned?
She was like hovering over me, like on her knees over me.
Okay.
Not quite on top of me, but like just right over me. And I was laying down on my back.
All right. Did you ever move? Were you just laying there the whole time? Okay. And so did there come a point in time where Olivia started to get physical with you, and not a romantic physical, more of a violent physical?
Objection leading.
Yes.
Sustained.
Well, during this interaction, did Olivia do something?
Yes. He hit me repeatedly in the face.
Okay. With?
Right.
Do you know why?
Because I had said what I said.
Okay. You said something that made her mad.
Yes.
Okay. How many? So is she straddling you? Do you, or
Yeah,
she?
that would be-
And when I say straddle, you know what I mean, right? Like she's on top of you.
She wasn't fully on top.
Okay.
She had one leg on, like one leg over one of my legs.
Okay.
When I was laying on my back, so she had her leg over my right.
So she started hitting you
Yes.
with
Her hand.
how many times?
Say probably 4 or 5 times at least.
Okay. Was it with an open hand, a fist? Do you recall?
I do not recall. It didn't feel like she was punching. Yeah.
Okay. Can I approach the witness, Judge?
Yes.
Alex, I'm going to show you what the mark for identification states. I'm sorry. Offense exhibits 4 and 5. You recognize those? All right. How do you recognize those?
That's me in the pictures that I took shortly after the altercation.
When were the pictures taken?
A minute after.
Do they fairly and accurately depict the way you looked on the day of the incident that we're discussing right now? Your Honor, at this time, I'm going to offer amendments 4 and 5 in. I'll share with the state for inspection and objection.
No objection.
Right. Offense exhibit 4 and 5 are admitted without objection.
Okay, Judge, and I'm just, if it's okay, I'll share with the front, but I'm gonna, just if you can briefly, with regard to the defendants 4 and 5, Alex, what are we looking at there? What injuries do you have?
So right here, there's first one you see is definitely my eye. I was poked in the eye during her hitting me. There's clear red marks on my ear, neck, and handprints across my face.
Okay. What did you do?
I did put my hand up, to kind of like create some distance. Didn't work, so I did try to like pull her off of me, which is where I believe like her shirt got ripped, which that really irritated her even more, so she continued hitting me.
When you, let's back up a little bit. When you say you raised your hand up, I mean, did you make contact with her face?
I don't believe the first time when I put my hand up, I was still continuing being hit, so I tried to pull her off.
Okay. Did there come a point in time where you used your hand and you did make contact with her?
Yes, the second time after her blouse, whatever she was wearing, had ripped. She continued hitting me, and that's when I kind of put my hand up and sat up to kind of create the distance, and then
Okay. So you made contact with her.
accidentally.
Well, it wasn't on accident. I mean, you're trying to get her off you, right? Okay. And did you notice she was bleeding?
Shortly after she got up, and that's when she pointed out that she was bleeding. Yes.
Okay. Was there anything that she did that you may have found a little odd with regard to the blood that was coming out of her nose?
Well, yeah, I mean, she noticed her nose was bleeding, so she continued to cuss me out, and her exact words were, well, since you made me bleed, I'm gonna make you wear it, and she started blowing.
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
Okay, don't tell me anything she said. I just want you to tell me what she was doing.
Just blowing her blood towards me,
Okay,
like a farmer's blow, like blowing it towards
understood. What did you do at this point, Alex?
me. My exact words were, okay, like, that was an accident. You need to go clean up. And I immediately, when she walked away, I went to the bathroom, I took these pictures, grabbed my shower bag, and I left.
Okay. Once you left the apartment, where were you going?
Going to my mother's house.
Where does she live?
She lives Callahan and Babcock. About 30 minutes.
How far away is that from Miss Wise's apartment?
About 30 minutes. 30-minute drive.
All right. Did you stop anywhere after you left?
I did, yes. I needed to fill up. I was on E, so I stopped at the Quick Trip on 3009 and 35.
Okay. And while you were there, did anything happen?
She showed up. Surprised.
Okay. Now, again, don't mention anything that she said, but what was her demeanor? How was she acting?
Very aggressively. Jumped out of her car directly towards me, got in my face.
All right. Was this a pleasant conversation or was it hostile?
It's very awesome.
Okay. How long did it last?
Maybe a minute or two until pulled the gas pump out, put it back in, and got in my truck.
Okay. At that time, did you inform her where you were going or tell her where you were going?
Yes, I told her I'm going to my mother's house. It's not going home.
Okay. After you got in your car and left, what did she do?
She followed me all the way to my mother's house, pretty much like tailgating me the whole way.
Okay. Now, don't tell me anything your mother may have said, but were you communicating with your mother at this hour?
Yes.
All right. How were you doing that?
I was on the phone with her.
Okay. Were you texting your mother or on the phone or both?
I was on the phone. I was texting.
All right. Did it become apparent to your mother that you were headed home and Olivia was following?
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Okay. So Olivia followed you all the way home.
Objection, leading.
Sustained.
When you were driving, was there anyone behind you?
Olivia Wise.
All right. And when you got home, who was there with you?
She pulled up right behind me. I parked.
When you got to your mother's house, did you engage Olivia? What did you do?
I parked my truck. Actually drove around the apartment complex a few times until my mother came out, because I did not want to give her the opportunity to get anywhere near me. My mother was outside of the apartment. I pulled into her area, to her building. I parked, I got out, and I walked towards my mother to go to her apartment.
Do you know if your mother was engaging Olivia in conversation or dialogue or anything?
Objection, speculation.
If he knows, Judge.
Well,
All right, I'm sorry. So once objections are raised, you need to stop talking. Counselor, if you'll re-ask your question, please.
Do you know if your mother engaged Olivia in dialogue or any conversation?
All right, your
Objection.
objection will be overruled.
yes.
Okay. At some point, did Olivia leave?
Yes, after they exchanged words.
Now, from the moment this incident took place at about 3 o'clock in the morning on February the 8th, if I have this date right, how many days went by, Alex, before you made any attempt to communicate with Olivia? Do you recall?
The exact number of days, no, but it was a few.
Okay. 4 or 5, 7 or 8.
Give or take, yeah, probably. So,
Now, during this time, was Olivia communicating with you?
yes.
Often? A lot?
Objection leading.
Sustained.
Okay. How often was she communicating with you?
Daily.
Okay. Was she sending you a few or several texts? And you were not responding at all? Okay. At some point in time, did you finally reach out to Miss Wise? Okay. And was that for the purpose of your child?
Objection leading.
Sustained.
Sorry. Why did you reach out?
Because she kept blowing up my phone, so I eventually responded. But
Okay. And I think we all know this, but you and Miss Wise do share a child, and you have one other child. Is that correct?
I do.
Okay. During this period of time in the aftermath where she was texting you repeatedly, what was, without telling me the content of any message, but what was the demeanor or the affect of the messages?
from her,
Yes.
she was attacking me.
Was she saying nice things or bad things? All right. Was she threatening you? Did you threaten her back? May I approach a witness?
Yes.
Alex, I'm showing you exhibit marked as Defendant's Exhibit number 6. Just take a look at it. Tell me if you recognize it.
Yes.
All right. What do you recognize that?
That is sex between her and I.
All right. So are these text communications from Olivia to you and from you to Olivia as well?
Yes.
Judge offered the Defendant's Exhibit 6 into evidence.
Any objection?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm gonna object this to hearsay.
All right, may I see it, please?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the objection to hearsay? Or I should say the response to hearsay.
I mean, he's authenticated the text messages between him and Miss Wise.
But how's it not hearsay?
Because I'm not offering it for the truth of the matter.
Then what is it being offered for?
Freedom of.
All right, the objection will be sustained.
At some point, Alex, at some point, did it just become the smart, safe thing to do just to cut off communication with Miss Wise?
Yes.
And when did that happen?
Completely cut off. The day I got arrested. No, communication was completely cut off, but about a week prior to the incident.
Okay. Last thing I want to talk to you about, Alex, is the apartment that Miss Wise lives in. Were you living with her?
That was our house.
Okay, I keep referring to it as an apartment. Is it a House?
the house.
Okay, I'm very sorry about that. That house, does it have recording monitor cameras?
Yeah, everywhere.
How many?
One in the room, living room, driveway, and there's a ring camera in the front door.
Okay. Let's talk about the ones in the house. Where are those located?
In the bedroom,
Was there a camera in the bedroom the day the incident happened?
yes.
Okay. Are you familiar with that camera?
I am.
The day this incident happened, to the best of your knowledge, was that camera working?
Was earlier that day, so I'm pretty sure it was working that night as well.
Okay. And how about the camera in the baby's room or whatever? I'm sorry, was it the baby's room?
There's a camera in our bedroom.
Okay. Who has access and control to those cameras?
Yeah.
And how is that done?
He has it all through an app.
Okay. Do you recall in the aftermath of all of this, her indicating that she had the cameras and a recording of what happened?
Objection leading.
Sustained.
The camera that was in the bedroom that morning, Alex, is there any reason it should not have captured what happened? Okay. And the only person who would have control over it
Objection
is
leading.
Sustained.
who has control over it?
Living,
Who has the ability to delete it?
living.
Who has the ability to memorialize it forever so we can maybe watch it in court? That's all the questions I have for now, Judge. Pass the witness.
State.
Thank you, Judge.
Hmm.
Mr. Neosec, you're currently on probation, right? And you were placed on probation on November 24. Is that right? On the 14th of November 2024, is that right? You were placed on probation for 2 years. And why were you placed on probation? Okay. And yes, and did you go over the conditions with the CSO? Did you sign a form acknowledging your conditions? And were you aware that you were not supposed to commit an offense in the state of Texas or in the United States? Okay. And do you currently have an offense in Guadalupe County for the offense of assault? Is that a yes or no?
I've only been dealing with Bear County.
But you got arrested, is that right?
Bear County.
Not in Guadalupe County? Okay. But you were arrested for an offense in Guadalupe County, is that right? Okay. Let's move on to the date of this incident. So, how many drinks did you say you had at the bar? You were not drinking. You mentioned earlier that you were. Okay. Would it be a surprise to you if we go back to the record and say,
Right.
would it be a surprise to you if we go back to the record and say that you both were drinking?
What did you say? Me?
Yes.
Said that we were both
Yes.
drinking?
Okay. So you got to your house around 3 a.m. Is that right? And you wanted to engage in sexual conduct with Miss Wise. Is that right?
I was okay with it. A little preoccupied on my phone at the time.
So it is your testimony that she was the one asking you to have sexual contact with her, is that right? Okay. So what did she do when you told her that you didn't want to?
I didn't say that I didn't want to. I was okay with it. I was just on my phone on there.
Okay. And after that didn't happen, you mentioned that she got upset. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Was she the one assaulting you first, or were you the one assaulting her first?
She assaulted me.
So you're saying that so she was the one, is it your testimony that she was the one who assaulted you in these pictures?
Yes.
And why did she assault you?
Because I said something that was rude. I was vulgar to her.
Okay. So is it your testimony that she assaulted you after she got this?
She assaulted me first. I was putting my hand out to protect myself.
And you hit her back? So how did she get this injuries?
Because I put my hand up while she was being that, while she was forcefully hitting me.
Were you aware that she got a broken nose?
I was not until she sent me the medical report, the hospital report that she got.
And do you think she could have gotten a broken nose just by putting your hand up, like you just motioned?
Well, she was forcefully coming at me, assaulting me. So very possible that the contact made with the angle of me laying on my back. All I had was to go up.
Okay. So how many times did you said she hit you?
At least 5, 6 times.
Okay, and where exactly did she hit you?
So one made contact with my eye, there, ear, neck, cheeks.
Okay, I can see the injury on your eye, but how did you get that if there's nothing, if there's not a punch around it?
Because I was poked in the eye.
So you were
By
poked
her nail.
with her
By
what?
nail.
Her nail. And how did she hit the side of the left side of your cheek?
Well, she was slapping me. If you can see here, there's some fingerprints here. There's red marks here as well.
So was she slapping you or was she punching you?
I believe she was just slapping me. I don't think I would have gotten more damage if she was punching.
How could you not feel whether she's punching or hitting you?
I believe she was slapping.
Okay. So it's your testimony that she was the one hitting you first, and as in self-defense, you got this injuries.
Sorry, say that again.
Is it your testimony that she hit you first, and this red marks and this injuries were a result of self-defense?
That's a result of her hitting me. That's what it is. That's a result of self-defense.
But did you, okay, so right now we're looking at this. She also has a blood on her lips. Did you make this? How did she get this injuries on her lips? No, but we can see red marks and an injury, an actual injury on her lips. How did she get that?
Okay. She dried up blood on her.
Okay. And at what time exactly did you say you took the pictures of yourself?
Time exactly. I mean, it was shortly after it happened. I don't know the exact time, but it had to be after 3:30, I would say.
And where were you when you took these pictures?
I went into the guest bathroom to grab my shower stuff with my shower bag because I was leaving.
You went to where? I'm sorry, I
To
didn't.
the guest bathroom.
Okay, to the guest bed. Okay.
All my stuff.
Okay. At any point, did she ask you for ice or anything else for her bleeding?
She went to the bathroom. I heard her talking. I didn't really recollect what she was saying. My thoughts were, I just need to leave to get away from the situation.
So you didn't help her in any way after she was claiming that she was bleeding? Okay. Okay. And you were saying right now, you were mentioning something about cameras in the bedroom, right? The one that was in the bedroom where the incident happened, was it camera or was it a baby monitor?
The baby.
Just how long do those baby monitors keep data?
I don't know how long they keep data, but as far as I know, when there's a motion in the room or sound, it starts recording.
Okay, and do you know if that baby monitor needs to have a SIM card or something to record?
I would assume so.
Did you know if the baby monitor had a SIM card to record?
As far as I know, since I bought them, it did have a SIM.
No, but at the date of the incident, did you know whether it had a SIM card or not?
I don't see why it wouldn't have that.
Okay. Did you ask Ms. Wise for the recording of the incident?
No.
Why not?
Why would I ask?
Because you're claiming right now that she assaulted you. That's why. Did you
No, I
ask?
didn't ask.
No. You didn't seem important to you that if you're saying that she hit you, important to ask her for the recording?
She was accusing me of doing. Really doubt that she would give me the. So I didn't bother asking.
Okay. Okay, so when you were on your way to your mom's house and she was following you, did she ask for the keys of the house? Okay,
What she was telling me.
I didn't ask that. I just asked specifically whether she was asking for the keys. Did you have the keys of the house? Okay. So okay, so after when all this happened, how long were you and Ms. Weiss together for?
After all of that happened.
Before.
We were together over a year and a half, I would say.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Right, defense?
Judge, I just need to clarify a couple things. Alex, the arrest that they're talking about was on the MTR that we're here for, correct?
Correct.
All right. You ever been to the Guadalupe County Jail? No. Okay. You ever received notice from them that there's a case pending? Okay. As it stands right now, today, there is no charge pending in Guadalupe County. All right. That's it, Judge.
Any?
No, Your Honor.
You may step down. All right, defense, call your next witness.
Judge, we rest on the motion.
All right, state any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and then I believe defense, you had some exhibits. I didn't get a chance to see
Oh,
them.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Sorry, that's okay.
Come on.
Oh, no problem. All right. Cool. All right. So in regards to this case, any argument from the state?
Yes, Your Honor. The state has shown by a preponderance of the evidence that the defendant committed the offense of assault in Guadalupe County. We heard from the probation officer that they got the report And that's when this violation report was submitted. Also, we heard from the probation officer that the defendant failed to submit to drug testing as directed by the court in violation of condition number 20. Also, we heard from the complainant, Ms. Wise, and she explained to the court how she got these injuries, a broken nose, and this was after an altercation that happened between the defendant and Ms. Wise. So, Judge, we believe that we have shown this evidence, and for that reason, we're just asking the court to revoke the probation and sentence the defendant to 1 year in Bexar County Jail.
All right, defense.
Try to keep it all kind of together. There's always, been a lot about the situation that bothers me. And
Mr. Tochi, can you sit down so you can talk into the mic?
oh yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. The biggest issue that I have, Judge, well, of course, in any situation like this where there are no witnesses, and you have a girl with a picture like that who has blood coming out of her nose, I agree. She has dried blood on her mouth. I don't see any injury there. And there are no real witnesses. You just kind of have to evaluate their credibility, both of them. I never understood and never will why Miss Wise, who after being allegedly assaulted by Alex, doesn't do the one thing you would expect somebody in that situation to do, and that's to call the police immediately. Now, I know the court is aware and probably believes, well, there's probably a number of reasons that someone wouldn't do that. I don't understand that reaction, but I certainly don't understand the reaction to go and pursue the person that you claim to be the most fearful of. And I understand that she gave an explanation for that. But it just does not ring true to me or make any sense that she doesn't call the police. She talked about she was in a lot of pain and that her nose hurt, and clearly it was bleeding. She doesn't seek medical help. What she has in her mind and in her heart in the immediate aftermath is to still try to continue to hurt him and at some point his mother, by pursuing him 30 miles away to his mother's house where she knows she's not welcome. And then she starts to ridicule the both of them. And then she starts to threaten them about his child and her grandchild. And I really do think that that should go to her credibility. The report isn't made until a few hours after the fact, after she has tried to get Alex to come back home. She's chased him to his mother's house. And once she realizes that this isn't going to work, an allegation that he assaulted her is born. You have the pictures in front of you. And look, do I think Alex put his hand up and that and only that? No, there clearly was contact. There clearly was contact. She wants you to believe that Alex was really horny and didn't get sex. That was her testimony. And that is why he hit her. But when you look at the information that was presented to you, it was really quite the opposite. She was the one that was wanting to, they both were, especially her with some of the verbiage that she was, and it seems really, really silly that it would be born out of this, that he was denied sex and he just decides to start hitting her. Could that happen? Absolutely. But in her intoxicated state, mad, upset, could I see her climbing on top of Alex, pissed off, starting to hit him? Absolutely. Absolutely. And Alex not wanting that and reaching up because he was laying down and smacking her is an easy way to break a nose. I don't know. It's a self-defense technique. You probably may not be familiar with it. That'll break a nose quite easily. And Alex diffuses the situation by leaving, and she pursues and doesn't call the police and doesn't go to the hospital. And then in the aftermath of it all, now she knows, as she said, he's on probation. She has the upper hand. She has the upper hand and she knows it. And that's, the biggest part of this whole thing that I don't like is the fact that I 100% believe and cannot prove to you, I believe she has the video. I believe those video recording machines were working. They've always been working. You have the stipulated exhibit there where she tells the prosecutors, oh, I have it. Oh, I have it. And then at some point later in the future, oh, wait a minute, it got recorded over. The interview was on April 7th. The incident was February the 8th. If that video, if that audio, or whatever it is you had was that important, you are not going to let that happen. That is literally the smoking gun. She's the only one with control. She's the only one with access. She's the only one that can delete, record, memorialize, or do whatever she wants. And we don't have it. And I absolutely believe those, the recording device was working, and she deleted it. I could kind of go on and on about her behavior, but there just is no reason for Alex just to go off over sex and do that. I understand that the burden of proof is really, really low. If the court finds it true, I certainly hope that the court doesn't lock him up for a year, Judge. He has children. He has gainful employment. I believe that Ms. Wise relies on his employment to help support Harlow, their child. And so I believe that it happened a lot more likely the way Alex told it versus her credibility. I find his credibility to be greater than hers. And I hope the court sees it that way as well. I'm asking the court to find it not true. If you do find it true, Judge, I'm asking you not to put him in jail for a year.
All right. Court is finding violation of condition 1 and 20 true. If y'all could do a trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal for the court. And please don't check the boxes. I'll
No,
check
Judge.
whatever box is appropriate.
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
These are always coming off the wall double. All right. As previously stated, the court is finding violations 1 and 20 true. Court is going to find the defendant guilty, grant the motion, and revoke. Does anyone wish to speak to punishment? The state is asking for a year. Defense, what are you requesting?
I mean, Judge, obviously not that. I mean, the court can continue him on supervision. The court has a ton of options that can be utilized.
We're going to continue him.
I mean, well, obviously I would ask for a very low term of jail, perhaps 30 days, Judge.
All right. Does anybody want testimony from probation as to how he was doing while he was on probation?
Well, I believe we already have that. Exemplary was the report from both POs. They had no issues whatsoever. I mean, that was my recollection, that they had no problems with him at
I
all.
just wanted that to be addressed because now we're at what it would be appropriate punishment with the revocation. So
Okay.
if anyone wants to speak to that, for the record, you can. I do recall what was said by
Yeah.
the witness.
Are you talking about Vashon, Judge? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's if you want to ask Ms. Abrams some questions, or if you want the court to go on previous testimony from the probation officers who were supervising your client, I can go off of that as well.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that, Judge. And that was the very reason that I asked those questions, because I figured we might get to this point. And I just wanted the court to understand that up to this, he would be, as I would describe, a model probationer.
All right. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor, other than the 2 violations that he committed, even though he was doing good on probation, he still committed those 2 violations. So that's all.
All right. What the court is going to do, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's previously, I think I had ordered a no contact with Shelby Schultz unless it was through the parenting app. Now I'm going to change that to no contact with Shelby Schultz. And does everybody agree that was the previous condition? Only contact through the app?
I believe it was, Judge. I didn't represent him on the previous case.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
All right, so there'll be no contact with Shelby Schultz. And then the court is going to sentence you to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. Give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, she asked your question.
Sorry.
Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
I just have it. Yeah, the no contact. They haven't requested it, so. All right, because this is not a plea bargain agreement, you do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations and the motion, not the fact that you are on deferred adjudication. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you need to speak to an attorney. And counsel, this is your document. And counsel, if you want to check with the clerk on the days he has in. All right, thank you.
Well, you went out to the bar and you came home at 3. Then you fought over a baby monitor and chased down the keys. Followed that pickup to his mother's, but you couldn't run away. 'Cause the judge is sitting on the bench with the final word to say. Arguing and screaming mean your freedom just derailed. That is 180 days, my friend, inside the Bexar County Jail.